Greetings and welcome back to LA Quill, that place where stories take shape and imagination finds its voice. Today we're talking about something that every writer wrestles with at some point: how to actually get the words out of your head and onto the page. We're diving into writing techniques for novelists, the tools, habits, and little creative sparks that help transform inspiration into story. Writing a novel is one of the most rewarding things you can do. But let's be honest, it can be incredibly challenging. There are days when ideas flow like water, and others where every sentence feels like pulling teeth. The truth is, no single method works for everyone. Writing is as personal as the stories we tell. So today I want to walk you through a few techniques that might just make your process a little smoother, or even a little more magical. Let's start with something beautifully simple: daydreaming. When you allow yourself to truly imagine the world of a story, not just as words on a page, but as a living, breathing place, everything begins to come alive. Close your eyes and step into the world you've created. What do you hear? What do you smell? What does the air feel like? Who is standing beside you? This isn't idle fantasy, it's immersive research. When you walk through your fictional world in your mind, you start to notice the tiny details that make it real. The echo of footsteps in a marble hall, the way a candle flickers against the stone walls, the catch in your character's breath before they speak. That's the kind of sensory truth that makes readers believe in your story. And daydreaming is one of the simplest ways to find it. Now let's talk about something classic, but powerful: the journal. Easy, simple tool, but it has a lot of power. You should carry one everywhere. Or if you're more modern about it, you can use notes apps on your phone. The idea is to capture sparks when they appear. A snatch of overheard dialogue, or the way sunlight hits a rainy street. The nervous laugh of someone trying to hide a lie. Write it all down. Real life is filled with inspiration, but it's fleeting. If you don't catch it, it fades away. Your journal becomes a treasure chest of moments waiting to be woven into your fiction. Many writers underestimate this step. But keeping a journal is like building your own human library of experience. And when writer's block strikes, you can open those pages and instantly reconnect with the world outside your mind. Now, tip number 3. If you write fantasy or any kind of complex story world, this one is essential. Draw maps. Sketch your locations. Write detailed notes about every character, even the ones who only appear briefly. These aren't just background details, they're anchors that help your world stay consistent. If you're not an artist, don't worry. Use words instead of a beautifully drawn picture. Describe your settings vividly. Make sure it's enough for you to find your way back there blindfolded. Build a binder or a digital folder where you keep your world Bible. Your maps and your histories and your timelines and your languages and character backstories. When you know your world deeply, your readers will feel the depth in every sentence. They'll believe the kingdom existed long before your protagonist arrived. And it'll go on long after the final page is turned. Tip 4. Well, one of the biggest ways to strengthen your own writing is to study worlds like your own. If your novel is set in Paris, watch films that capture that energy. The rhythm of the streets, the elegance, the contradictions. If you're writing high fantasy, surround yourself with stories that inspire awe. Epic movies, classic fantasy novels, or even video games that do world building really well. This isn't about copying. It's about training your creative instincts to recognize what it is you need. When you immerse yourself in worlds that echo your own, you learn to feel how they work. The tone and the pacing, the small human details that make magic believable. Inspiration doesn't come from isolation. It comes from seeing what's possible. Now for something a little unorthodox. Acting. Yes, I mean literally standing up and performing the scene. Get out of your chair and start acting. You don't have to go full Shakespeare in the living room, but stepping into your character's shoes, physically, teaches you things that writing alone can't. Say your dialogue out loud. Move as they would. Does the body language feel natural? Would a person really say that line or move that way in that moment? Maybe. Sometimes when you act it out, you'll find hidden truths in your writing. You'll hear where a sentence stumbles or discover that your fierce heroine actually whispers instead of shouts. It might feel silly, especially if you have nosy neighbors, but the insight you gain is worth it. Finally, remember this. The best technique is the one that gets you writing, the one that makes you sit down and pound out some words. There's no wrong way to create. Some writers outline obsessively. Others dive in and discover where the story as they go. Some write at dawn and others at midnight. Some blast symphonic metal, while others need silence and candlelight. Your method doesn't have to look like anyone else's. It just has to work for you. Writing is about persistence, not perfection. If a strange little ritual or a playlist or a habit helps you get words on the page, then it is valid for you. The only bad technique is one that keeps you from writing at all. So whether you're daydreaming about your world or sketching a new map or whispering dialogue into the quiet of your kitchen, remember that every small act of imagination matters. Writing a novel isn't about forcing creativity. It's about inviting it, one page at a time. And that's our tale from L.A. Quill today. What's one writing technique you swear by? Drop it in the comments. I'd love to hear what helps your creativity flow. Until next time, may your stories always be magical.